Hello and welcome back to my channel. If you are new to my channel, my name is Lorraine and I am going to be covering in this video Capricorn Sun with Sagittarius Moon. I'm going to start off the video by describing Capricorn Sun in detail and what a typical Capricorn Sun is like, and then I will be talking about the moon placements and how that probably interacts with the Capricorn Sun. And if there's certain aspects of the Capricorn description that doesn't quite make sense or resonate with you, stay tuned until you hear your moon placement, and then it will probably tie together quite nicely and make a lot of sense. But first, a really quick announcement that I want to make. I'm going to be giving away a free chart reading to one lucky winner of new subscribers to my channel. So stay tuned to the end of the video and I will tell you how you can enter this draw and potentially win, and where I will announce the winner so that you can see if you won. So a typical Capricorn Sun is serious, ambitious, intelligent, and motivated by success and wealth. Not in excess though. So they want to be well off in the sense that they want to be comfortable, they want to be like not stressed about money. And so they're the type of people that will plan for retirement at a really young age. They'll save for retirement, they'll invest in stocks, what have you. They're usually quite motivated by money, but not in an excessive way. They're hard workers, good employees, but most are drawn to financial independence and financial freedom in some capacity. So they're not the kind of people that are happy just working any job. They're not going to be happy working a minimum wage job for most of their life. They're not. They want to move up the ladder and make more money where they can live comfortably. If they're not doing that, they're investing, they're maybe starting a business, what have you. They want to be set financially. Capricorns can kind of come across as know-it-all sometimes. They like to be the best and they are intelligent and stuff, so they can come across a little bit as like a know-it-all. Capricorns are very like straight into the point. They don't beat around the bush. They don't really offer any cool, insightful information. They'll kind of just give you like the blunt truth, and they're not philosophical really is the point I was trying to get to, because there's the big difference, because I was just talking about Sagittarius season last. Capricorns are not like Sagittarius very much. They're very not philosophical, so they're not the kind of one that's willing to entertain ideas like, oh, maybe I could do it this way, or maybe I could do it this way. Be like, no, you just do it. Like, you just do it. Capricorns are very reliable, dependable, and thorough, so they most of the time would rather do something themselves than delegate or have someone else do it. So they can just kind of have a lot of pride in what they do and just don't maybe really trust that other people would do as good of a job with them, which in a lot of cases can be true. So they also like to be prepared and sometimes over prepared. Capricorns are very methodical and diligent planners, and so they're the kind of people that would have a 10-year plan, and they're definitely more big picture than the other two earth signs of Taurus and Virgo. Taurus is definitely very like live in the moment and explore, like just have these daily pleasures of living in the moment, and Virgo is just like very like driven and focused and nitpicky. But Capricorns are a lot more big picture in the way they go about planning things. Like I mentioned, they're saving for retirement at a young age, they're investing, but they're the type to make plans with a laundry list of ways that it might not work or could go wrong. So Capricorns can be quite pessimistic, but they would consider themselves realists, like most pessimists would. Because like I mentioned, they figure out all the ways that things could go wrong, and while those things are true and quite factual, because Capricorns aren't like dramatic in the way they make lists, they're very factual, right? So they're making this list of all the ways these things could go wrong, but it's still like you could also write a list of how it could go right, but Capricorns aren't just really wired that way. So they kind of like the glass half full, glass half empty. They're just not very optimistic. They're more pessimistic, but they consider themselves to be realists. Capricorns can also be quite cold. Now, this is definitely a downside when it comes to being social. So Capricorns can struggle socially a bit because they can come across cold, but that's actually what makes them so reliable and level-headed, and why you're able to depend on them in, say, a crisis, right? So, well, they're the kind of people when everyone else is like freaking the out, they're the ones that are very level-headed and calm and collected, and it's because they're able to be very level-headed and reasonable and know what to do when everyone else is freaking out. They also do really desire to be the best, and so, like I mentioned, they're ambitious. So Capricorns do kind of below the surface. They're definitely not as brazen about it as some of the fire signs that want to be the best, but Capricorns do want to be the best, and that can actually hinder them in some ways because they want to be the best, but they also dislike change, and so that can kind of result in them becoming stagnant, because it can lead to them rather being a big fish in a small pond and never really expanding anywhere, where it would result in them not being the best. Now I'm going to get to the moon signs. I just wanted to let you know real quick about my Kickstarter campaign that I am about to launch at the end of the month, end of January. So if you're watching this and it's February, then I've already launched. So I will leave a link in the description. This Kickstarter campaign will help support my work with astrology. It'll help me keep uploading more and better content. It'll allow me to do this full time. It'll also help me print this beautiful tarot deck that I designed. So check out the link in the description and consider backing it. I have a lot of great reward tiers. If you want to learn more about it, I have a video uploaded on my channel, as well as if it is already launched, then there is a video on the Kickstarter campaign. So I'd really appreciate it if you check it out. That will help me continue making content like this and making stuff even better. So now we get to Sagittarius Moon. Sagittarius Moons are very fun, optimistic, and adventurous, and they're really funny. They're known for, Sagittarius placements in general are known for having a great sense of humor and just loving optimism, which is probably a good balance for this pair. A Sagittarius sets really big goals and will forge ahead to accomplish them, but they have a hard time following through, and they are very big picture. Sagittarius is focused on the bigger meaning to life and big things. They're very big picture, and as a result can kind of neglect the details. That's going to be much less so the case having a Capricorn Sun. I actually think this pairing could be quite a nice balance. So Sagittarius Moons love variety, which is quite different from Capricorns not enjoying change. Sagittarius love exploring, traveling. They don't like to be tied down, and so they can kind of have trouble with commitment. And they just because they're so big picture and they're looking for bigger, more important meaning, they just don't have the will to kind of sweat the small stuff. So they're very lighthearted and fun and can be accused of not taking things too seriously. Again, Capricorn really balances that aspect out, I believe. So, and then Sagittarius is far more philosophical than a typical Capricorn. So these are very different, but I feel like they're not completely incompatible. I think that the optimistic sense of humor and adventurism that the Sagittarius Moon has would really help the Capricorn kind of break outside of their comfort zone and do new things, try changing some stuff up, and just, changing things in order to grow. And so I think that basically the Sagittarius Moon would really help prevent the Capricorn from being stagnant. So I think the Sagittarius Moon is really the thing that the Capricorn will need to kind of explore new things and embrace change and just try new things, travel. It's probably what the Capricorn also needs, is a little bit of more lightheartedness and humor. What would be interesting is you have a Sagittarius Moon that's quite jovial and funny, and then you have the Capricorn kind of cool and collected and very, one emotion. you have that delivering the jokes, it'd be quite a dry sense of humor that would be really funny. And Sagittarius is also a very honest and blunt placement, but they usually kind of do so in a humorous way. So that's another thing that I could see being quite interesting with the Capricorn exterior and the Capricorn delivery. And then the Capricorn Sun is what the Sagittarius needs in order to actually follow through on plans. So I see the Capricorn being far more optimistic than a typical Capricorn, and maybe they make their plans that have these really big, deep philosophical meanings attached to it because of the Sagittarius, and then the Sagittarius has this more optimistic approach. Capricorn, though, is more methodical and practical about it, and so they make the plan and they actually have the willpower and perseverance to follow through on it. So I think this could actually be a really great combination in terms of getting things done and accomplishing the really big goals that Sagittarius sets out to do. Capricorn will be able to accomplish those things and feel good about themselves, but will also have the Sagittarius moon to help them kind of be a little more lighthearted and enjoy things and enjoy change to a degree. So it could be a little similar to Scorpio, just in the sense that Sagittarius is probably spearheading these things that they're doing, and then the Capricorn takes over, and then they kind of both enjoy it at the end. So I thought of a couple little more insights that I wanted to add while I was editing the video. I thought of them. I see this being a very work hard, play hard type of person. So they go to work, they do their thing, and they're pretty serious and blunt, driven, organized, responsible, very much like a Capricorn. And that could very well be the side that you see at work. And then you see them outside of work and they are just like partying or just having a great time. They've got a smile on their face, they're laughing with friends, or you start having conversations with them and you see they're actually kind of surprisingly jovial and have this really good sense of humor and are able to just kind of enjoy themselves outside of work. And so I just see it being a very, when they're at work and they're probably a little more Capricorn-y, and then when it's time to have fun, that's probably when the Sagittarius moon comes out a little bit more. And I also feel like this is a pairing that probably does seek more, even if they are somewhat content with their current circumstances. Having that Sagittarius moon is always seeking more and is always wanting to find something better or just push for more. And so I think that will really help push the Capricorn to do even better and pursue change and growth, even if they are content at where they are at life. It's like I mentioned with Capricorn Sun and I believe it was Taurus Moon, they're the kind of person that, isn't going to push for more outside of their comfort zone if they're pretty happy with where they are. They're not the kind of person that's like, oh, I'm happy where I am, I'm content where I am, but I could do better and I could push for more, right? And they're the kind of person that could be stuck in a rut and maybe kind of content being there. And I feel like that would be not so the case with this pairing. Just Sagittarius moon and Sagittarius placements in general are never super content being stuck in one place or one circumstance for too long, especially if they feel like they're not growing there. And so I feel like this would definitely be a moon placement that would push Capricorn to get out of a rut and pursue growth and change in some way. And Sagittarius is not risk averse at all. So I feel like they would be able to push Capricorn to do more and seek more, and then Capricorn will really help them be able to achieve that and not flake out or burn out like some Sagittarius placements tend to do if they don't have the earth placements helping them out with their perseverance. Thank you for watching all the way through. As promised, I am going to be having a draw. Someone can win a free astrology chart reading from myself. All you have to do is subscribe to my channel if you like the content and you like what I'm doing, and then comment below letting me know that you have done so. And then at the end of the month, I'm going to be taking all the names, drawing a name, and I will announce the winner on the video that I will be releasing on January 30th. January 30th, I'm going to be making a transit video talking about all the major astrology transits for for the month of February, and at the beginning of that video I will announce the winner of the free chart reading, so stay tuned for that. So that is all I have planned for today's video. I hope you enjoyed my description of this pairing. If you did and you like my YouTube channel and the content that I am making for it, or if you are just a Capricorn that has some change to spare, I would really appreciate if you would check out my Kickstarter campaign. I will leave a link in the description. Like I mentioned, the tarot deck is really beautiful. I'm really proud of it. There's also a lot of other great rewards that you can get if you donate, so at least check it out and I would really appreciate it. If you're not able to afford to donate, then I do understand, but if the project does resonate with you and you do like it, then I would also really appreciate if you'd just be willing to share it with a couple of friends that are into astrology and tarot and see if they are able to either donate or share it as well. That is all. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and take care.